These are 3 common mistakes that trans allies make. Number 1, they think that believing in equality is enough. True allyship is not just a label you can claim. It is a state of being that requires consistent action. You can believe in equality and still be subconsciously reinforcing harmful systems that keep trans people at risk. We need folks to do more than just believe in us. We need them to show up for us. Number 2, they don't practice or educate themselves when trans people are not around. I've noticed that a lot of folks only feel the pressure of getting it right when they are around trans people. They struggle with using our correct pronouns, but they don't actually set aside time to practice. They feel overwhelmed by all these new terms, but they'll Google an actress's age way before they Google what does non-binary mean. Practice and education is key.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So what we just heard from that fella in the first clip is exactly why over here we fly the hashtag not an ally. Imagine how much of a narcissist a person has to be to think that you're going to take time out of your busy day to practice their pronouns. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a fairly quick and very crazy Clown World update for you guys today, and as usual, we have, well, very little time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So here we have a post from a subreddit called Trans Passing. Now, this individual, who is a biological man that identifies as a trans girl, posted this photo. The caption says, "Do I pass as a cute girl? Trans girl, 18, 4 months on E," which stands for estrogen, so there's that.
You're f***ing weird.
All right, let's check in and see how the shitlibs are doing. Now, quick warning before I roll the clip. You may want to turn your volume down just a skosh. I'll give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it.
You one crazy ass bitch.
So the strangest psyop is still happening to the American people. This whole Zelensky-Ukraine thing is so bizarre. I can't believe people are actually falling for it. But when you have people like former Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger saying stuff like this, some people actually listen. He thinks we need to be thanking Ukraine. Roll it.
Trump and Vance are absolute cowards. Like, we should be thanking Ukraine for taking on the Russians.
What?
For fighting back against the Russian invasion, which, by the way, yes, the Russians invaded, when Donald Trump is too scared to even stand next to Vladimir Putin and say something bad about him. He's scared of Vladimir Putin, and he's president of the United States, and he dares to lecture Zelensky. And Vance, who's made it very clear that he doesn't give a rat's ass what happens in Ukraine, is going to stand there and try to provoke a confrontation. Remember, Donald Trump called this invasion brilliant. He said what Putin was doing was brilliant 3 years ago. And it was supposed to last, by the way, 3 days, maybe 3 weeks. We're 3 years into it right now. The Russian economy is on the verge of collapsing, and Russia is out of offensive combat power, and Ukraine continues to defend. So nobody in the Oval Office should dare to lecture Zelensky. Screw you guys.
Your problem is you're a piece of shit.
Now, I guess we can all be grateful that Adam Kinzinger is no longer a member of Congress. However, I have an even worse take than that to show you guys from a sitting member of Congress that I will play at the end of this video. I'll give you a hint. It's DEI Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Anyway, next up we have this fellow who I think wants to fight J.D. Vance. Roll it.
Trump, you're a disgrace. Vance, you're just a fucking tough guy, aren't you? Yelling at Zelensky when you got when everybody in the room's all in there. Get me and you in a room, Vance. Just me and you. Let's see who comes out of that one, you fuck. You guys are just a mockery of your positions. It's a bullying. You're fucking bullies. Fuck you, Trump. Fuck you, Vance. You bunch of fucking bullies.
You think you're tough. You think you're tough, huh?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
All right, let's do one more Ukraine Zelensky clip because these people have completely lost the plot. This fella says it was the most shameful moment in American history in his lifetime. What are you even talking about? Roll it.
It made me want to throw up. The most shameful moment in American history of my lifetime, I think. And a sign that America is ruled by an autocrat. And this obsession with J.D. Vance and Donald Trump with gratitude, it betrays an absolute confusion, although maybe it's not confusion, over what is the state. The state to them is Donald Trump. And so what needs to be expressed is gratitude not to the American people, not to the Congress, not to whoever happens to be president in 2023, but to Donald Trump himself. Here's the key thing. Zelensky, having expressed gratitude to Congress when Trump was not president, is worse than not counting. He views that as a betrayal. And that we are led by this man who does all of this in our names is it is shameful, and it makes me feel deep, deep shame to be in America because we own this.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Now, I hadn't heard about this, but apparently Trump signed an executive order making English the official language of the United States. Now, I think that's great, but just like the Gulf of America, the liberals aren't taking it so well. Roll it.
It's been announced that he is signing an executive order today to make English the official language of the United States of America.
Good. Good.
For 250 years, we have not had an official language because we are a melting pot. For 250 years. So now, all of the hate that's already been fired up and is extreme against Spanish speakers, anyone who appears brown, will be magnified even more, because if they don't speak English, they apparently have no business being here, because now we have an official language.
Oh, don't give me that liberal bullshit.
Hey guys, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen. Now, I have to leave this muted because there is a copyrighted song playing in the background, and I'll give you a hint. It's not The Lady in Red. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by none other than Pastor Bob Rogers. Pastor Bob, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. I really appreciate the support. And I want to give a big shout out to today's honorable mentions, Pastor Bob Rogers and Wendy Gvozdich, for each leaving a super thanks on the last video. So Pastor Bob and Wendy, thank you both so much. I really appreciate it. So once again, today's video sponsor is Pastor Bob Rogers, with the honorable mentions going to Pastor Bob Rogers and Wendy Gvozdich. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below. And I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, I think we've seen enough of this fella for one day. Get this off the screen, please. Oof.
A little creepy, bro.
All right, next up we have this individual who I believe is a trans man, so a biological woman that identifies as a trans man, is singing backup vocals to a song called My Queer Body Is None of Your Business. Roll it.
My queer body, it's none of your business. I need you to know. I need you to know.
Your song? It's awful. I hate it.
All right, next up we have this crazy clip from a red carpet interview where this actress, KJ Smith, never heard of her, says that because of the political climate here in the United States, black people should start thinking about moving back to Africa. Roll it.
That you wish was talked about more within our community.
Understanding our roots, I think it's really important. I think we're not trapped here. With the political climate that's going on in the United States of America, we are not trapped here. There are places that we can go. There are countries that are receiving us back, citizenship back, and I think with open arms, and I think that it's time for the black community as a whole to start looking into those resources.
Bye, bitch.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this crazy, crazy clip of DEI Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett calling President Donald Trump an enemy to the United States. I hope you all know there's no off-ramp here. This doesn't end well. Anyway, things are clearly getting very, very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time, I love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
So, unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House. And as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States. He swore an oath just like the rest of us. But right now, when you are literally putting us at risk, all because of what? Because you want to convince your followers that you should be a dictator too, that you should never leave the White House because you don't believe that elections should take place. I don't really understand what is going on. And I don't know what it's going to take to get people to wake up.
What did you say? What the f did you just say?
Unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House. And as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States.
Because she's an idiot or she's insane.
2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on a. It's black. Anyway.